Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to another episode of Oui Cellar. So I'm Tim, your host. And for those who don't know, Oui Cellar is a wine club focused solely on Bordeaux wine. So every 3 months or 6 months you receive 12 bottles, 6 different wines. And also you receive these videos with your wine. So today we are at Château Milens.
Absolutely.
And we've been hosted by Esther. Esther, thank you for having us.
No, thank you for being here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
For having the wine on your selection.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. We've got 2015, which I understand is pretty good vintage. Yeah.
15, 16, obviously, amazing vintages. 15 was a tiny bit cooler than 2009, so you're not going to have as much of that dark fruit, but you're going to have something super subtle. The wines now, the 15 is already drinking pretty well because the style of the house is to do wines that are not on the super powerful side, that not too overly tannic, that's not, something you have to wait a minimum of 10, 15 years to drink. The idea is really to make wines in an elegant style of Émilion, so something that you can enjoy, 4 or 5 years after bottling. We have for the Milens in particular old vines, so 45 years, so you have low yields. So that low yields give you better concentration in your wine, so more maturity, more mature fruit. Then everything happens in the cellar as well. So basically what we do is we do very slow fermentation. So sometimes it takes about 3 to 4 weeks to do fermentation, which is a very long time to do so. That way we extract very slowly, which means you don't have all that green part of the grape, the tannin from the skin, from the pips, all that comes very slowly, and that way you get the best of the juice without getting all that greenness that takes a while to go away. And so doing that, then you put it in barrel. We avoid too much new oak as well, which takes a lot of time to settle. And that way, that what gives you all the concentration. So you do have that power, that mouthfeel. You do have something quite consistent, but at the same time, something elegant that's not too closed in its yours. So we produce 2 wines over here in Milens. So Milens over here and Tour du Seme. So in the case of Tour du Seme, what happens is to make this one, we're going to take the young vines. So the vines that we can see just behind us here, for example, make the Tour du Seme. So they're younger, but they're still about 20 years old, which is not that young even, which is quite decent. So the idea of this wine is really to make something. We like to say, you buy both bottles and you drink Tour du Seme while you wait for Milens to be ready. So the idea of this wine is to make something that's going to have, a mouthfeel and something, with a bit of power, because you're still drinking a Saint-Émilion, but something that's going to be much more approachable young. On the Milens, you're going to have something a bit darker, a bit richer, a bit more mature. On the Tour du Seme, it's going to be something more like cherry, subtle spices, sweet spice, that kind of super, super soft, a friendly wine, as we like to say as well. One that obviously you can eat with, but you can drink it quite easily. It's not the one that you have to put a massive piece of steak to enjoy. It's kind of that subtle style. We try really to do 2 different wines, and so the idea of the Tour du Seme is something a bit more digest and really easy when you drink it young. Going for this, Château Milens.
So 2015, really great year here.
So amazing year in Bordeaux. 15 for Milens is my personal favorite, even more than 16 and other amazing vintages. I find that 15 has it all. The good thing with 15 is that it was an amazing year, but it wasn't a hot year. It was a consistent dry year, but it wasn't that warm in the summer, so you didn't have overly ripe berries. That really allowed to get full ripeness in all the grapes. So you do have that ripeness, it's rich, there's dark fruits, it's very mature, but that kind of coolish weather allows you to have that great acidity and something a bit more fresh, So that's what I think makes 15 so good and so balanced, is that the condition of that year makes it so you have all the ripeness while keeping something very fresh, nice acidity, and something super digest, super good. And so that's what really happened with that vintage for Milens. All the vines, low yields, good concentration. In the cellar, we're going to keep this wine, so as I was saying, very slow fermentation. So that to keep, those aromas and getting out of all the green. in the wine, and then 14, 20 months, it depends really on the year. 15 was about 20 months in oak. That includes 50% new. So you're going to get on the nose something of that vanilla, that spice that you really get from the oak. You're going to get as well a lot of dark fruit, spice, but something a bit more peppery, something, you got all the blackberries, blueberries, all the dark fruits, you know, forest fruits. But again, you're really going to have that kind of elegant style on the mouth. So the mouthfeel is going to be super fresh, super easy, super juicy, very long finish.
Delicious. Very subtle.
So you see, that's what I find makes Milens so good, is that you want something Émilion, you want something that's going to have power, that's going to have body, mouthfeel, tannins. You're looking for that, and you have that when you have the wine in your mouth. You know, you really get that grip. But then when it's gone, you just have, you know, it's so subtle in your mouth, super round, super enjoyable, super palatable, and then you have that length, you know, that just carries on. I'm speaking now, you know, I can taste everything.
Yeah, sure.
I was talking to you about that acidity, that freshness. Well, I have it now, you know, as I'm speaking, you know, you're still salivating a bit from that nice acidity, which makes the wine as well amazing and storable. You know, that acidity is going to get that wine going.
You've still got a lot of those dark fruit flavours still quite present as well.
So
because obviously the tannins have slowly sort of felt like they've gone away a little bit.
Yeah, faded a bit, and then so you got the dark fruits, you got that bit of spice and vanilla and a bit of oak as well coming over. It just doesn't stop, you know.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Hope you enjoy the wines. Hope you all enjoy the wines. And,
sure you will.
There you go. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks very much. Awesome.
Thank you.
Cheers, everyone.